It probably is somewhere.
Oh,
where
right,
Tesla's.
right. Yeah, it's off. It's like a brand. It's a side street of Electric Avenue, Edison.
Yeah, Edison,
Yeah,
Tesla, not the
Tesla.
cars, because I don't want to endorse a certain billionaire.
Well,
He's being a butthole,
eh, he doing what rich people do. Hey, y'all, it's a
ruining
pre-show.
things.
It's where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. Should be pretty fun. Segment 1, we'll talk about what we did this week. I watched something very cool. A bunch of cool comic news. Conan, Hickman shit over at Substack. New Jeff Lemire all over the place. Free Comic Book Day preview for Marvel. What? Food news, kind of lame. Kind of lame this week. We'll see what happens. And then comics. Comics were okay this week.
Yeah, actually,
some smaller press stuff that I'm sure made your list.
Oh yeah, it was. I didn't get a lot of Marvel and DC. I did get some Marvel and DC, and at least one DC book may make my top 3. I haven't finalized it yet.
Wow, this guy down to the wire. I'm glad the Oscars don't do that, But the Oscars matter. The Oscars matter.
It's a toss-up, just because there was a bunch of other stuff that I read, and it's a toss-up between going into the honorable mentions or getting into the top 3 right now.
Ooh, so there's your preview. There's your primer, everyone. What's going down this week? Hey, Andy. How's it going? I'm so tired, and it's so fucking dark because of some weird archaic shit that we do here, where we just change the clocks arbitrarily for no good fucking reason.
It may end sooner than later.
They've been saying that for decades, bro.
They have, as far as I can remember, this is the first major push that they've
been pushing for this shit forever. It's dumb. It's ridiculous. It's silly. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Is that how you count it? Daylight savings time? Is that how you count it? Andy's saying he's been a follower over here at OG for a year. He's like, oh, yes, I recall. Last daylight savings, I had a free hour. I had an extra hour in my day. So what am I going to do with it? I'll go check out this lame comic book show that talks about comic books.
Emphasis on the lame.
But I think it's a Native American saying that only an idiot, cuts the top part of their blanket off of the blanket, sews it to the bottom part of the blanket, and then says, my blanket is longer. That's not the way it works.
No, that's not the way
That's not the way the sun works. That's not the way, space and shit works.
I have a couple of wonderful, little gifts I could send you.
Yeah, I don't want any of those. But yeah, it's a terrible time. It's a terrible time.
It's the most terrible time of the year. Where parties are throwing and people are sowing chaos and fear. It's the worst time of the year.
I wonder if Taylor will be joining us. I can only assume he'll be here.
I would assume that he was going to hop in right there when I was singing and then be like, what have I come into?
Yeah, he always says that. Let's do the show. Let's start. Let's start the damn show. Oh, Andy's making the call. Yeah, I hate these guys too. Andy's making the call. 2023, we'll be done with daylight savings time. We'll see. This dude posts a whole lot of political shit. He knows how well these sides get together. I don't even think they can agree on that. But we'll see.
Who doesn't agree on what now?
Daylight savings time. It is another episode of This Geek and Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show!
It's Gomer Taylor, a.k.a. David. What did you do to your blue? Oh, there it is. Now the Bigfoot's back.
Yeah, where's the Sasquatch?
Yeah. He's back now. I see it back now.
He was hidden.
There's a button you can push to just turn it blue?
Yes.
I bet there is.
Because the blue is actually a piece of tape over my camera.
My
camera was live.
Why do you bother having like the turn off your camera feature if it's like basically always turned off anyway?
They can turn it on.
I accidentally turned it
they
on.
can see me, so I put a cover on it.
Okay, I get
it's
turning.
Not the government spying on me.
I can actually understand like covering it with the tape. What I don't understand is why you bother turning your camera off. It's effectively always blocked anyway. Well, whatever.
The blue sucks.
On. It turns it's on automatically unless I turn it off.
Segment 1. What did we do?
Whatever.
Yeah, what did we do this week? I watched the best thing ever, one of the best movies of the year.
That looks really fun.
It is fucking great. It's on the Roku channel.
I don't think I have that.
Everybody's got it. It's a freebie.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I'll have to look into this.
It's got commercials, but it's okay. Daniel Radcliffe is Al. Evan Rachel Wood is Madonna, which was great. Rainn Wilson, Dr. Demento. Did you know that Michael Jackson's Beat It was actually a parody of Eat It, as written by Weird Al? It's not, but that's just one of the amazing fucking lies in the movie.
This is a liar's bibliography.
Basically, it's a liar's biography.
I did see a review of this that said that like this is a perfect parody of like prestige documentaries, the same way that Weird Al does parodies of songs.
Exactly. That's
Weird
exactly
Al was in this movie too.
Yeah,
he's the movie exec, right?
Yeah.
Or not movie exec, record exec. Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I definitely suggest everybody go out and check it out. It was wonderful. But yeah, everybody gets Roku channel. It's a freebie. Just go get it.
Yeah,
what'd you guys do this week?
I did go see the One Piece movie, but it was okay. Not really worth it.
One Piece Red.
That's the one.
Yes,
I will say that the main reason I went to go see it was to see like characters who they have like been. One Piece has been going on for like 25 fucking years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And there's characters who were introduced back in the early days who like are supposed to be like these big badass pirates, and we were supposed to finally see them actually fight for the first time. Really,
them? Did you see
barely?
them?
It was kind of hard to keep track of. It was moving around too fast.
Classic One Piece,
I suppose, but yes and no. I guess is my answer to that. So the reason I went to go see it
didn't actually happen, but
not too much at least. It was okay.
Good time, yeah. Cool. My kid bootlegged it. I think he's the One Piece fan, so I hear it from him.
I am afraid to watch One Piece to even start. It's like one of those animes that has like 900 episodes, and I just don't know where would be a good jumping on point.
One Piece is one of those things where like I do like it, but there's a lot to gripe about. Like,
well, it's been going on forever.
Well, yeah, the characters are like boilerplate shonen characters where they have these stupidest reasons for doing the things that they do.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons I like My Hero Academia or Yu Yu Hakusho, because they feel more like real people, like making real decisions. They're not just like, okay, so spoiler for this movie, I guess. Well, let's just abandon her here and not tell her why we're doing it.
Yeah.
In what fucking world does that make sense? Why are you doing this?
Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
What about you, Big D?
Well, I've been enjoying my vacation.
It's over though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over as of tonight.
Fun while it lasted.
It was fun while it lasted. Didn't win the lottery.
No, I didn't even play.
Man, there's no way if I won the lottery, I would be slumming it here with you guys.
Oh yeah, I would be doing this show.
Oh, I would be slumming it here with you guys.
Actually, I like to think I would. For one thing, I'd like to be trying to keep it a secret. So I want to keep away details like that.
Oh no,
I did go more free time.
I did go see
probably better internet, so you could play your fucking camera.
How'd you like Black Adam, there, Dave?
As DC, cinematic movies go, I like this one in the DC universe.
I'm not sure the Senate can handle the load of all these qualifiers you're putting on.
Yeah, it's like for movies starring The Rock that are also in the DCEU.
It's among the best, yeah.
It's among the top 3 of Rock movies with the DC logo on the branding.
I don't know. I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Basically, your superhero beat 'em up. It's not any cinematic masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination.
It was.
Don't say The Rock's in it, and it's not a cinematic masterpiece.
Let's not diss The Rock. The Rock is in a lot of great cinematic masterpieces.
He is.
No, he's not. He's in some really good movies, but I don't think.
Man, I just finished watching the second Jumanji movie, and I fucking love that movie.
It's fucking great. Now, the first one is way better. Not the original. The first one with The Rock and the short black.
Jumanji is one of those weird franchises where, like, all three of the ones I think are really good.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed by the consistency.
And Donald Glover. Is it Danny Glover? Danny Glover. It was worse than the first one, dude. The first one is still way better. Way better.
I like them both. I will say that
Gillen in the shorts was great. I was like, why y'all going in the snow? Why y'all going in the snow?
Damn it, Gomer, you idiot.
Nah, that's part of the non-cinematic.
Either way. But yeah, I mostly agree with you, Dave, that that Black Adam was a fun, if a little formulaic,
Yeah, it's not gonna. It doesn't change the status quo a whole lot. So
it's an amusing diversion, I guess, is the best thing I can say about it.
We got Wakanda Forever by the end of the week.
Yeah, definitely be reporting back on that by this time next Sunday. I'm for sure.
Well, I won't be here next Sunday, but I am probably going to see it too.
Nice. I will
probably have to wait till Monday.
I look forward to hearing about your opinion, but yeah, I'll be able to talk about it on this show.
Nice. Let's do news. You ready to do news, Dave?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna start doing it.
Sounded like you had something you needed to get off your chest there, Dave.
Dave, are you ready to do top 3? I'm
chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I'm ready to do the top 3.
We open up with the best creative team in the world right now. Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino have announced more Bone Orchard Mythos. All right, we got The Prelude, Shadow Eater. It's available for free if you want to read it. It was a free comic book day thing. Very sought after. Then we had The Passageway, and then 10,000 Black Feathers. Okay, Shadow Eater was originally a one-shot, free comic book day. The Passageway, a graphic novel. 10,000 Black Feathers, 5-issue miniseries. Tenement was planned to be an OGN, original graphic novel, for 2023, but it has been changed to a 6-issue limited series that will begin spring, and then will be followed by Starseed, that will also be published by the end of the year.
I fucking love these covers.
Oh, they're fantastic, dude. They are so beautiful. And, man, I'm so stoked. This is the best thing going on in comics right now, in my humble opinion. And it's a great little shared universe that is shared. Yes, there's tones and little connections, but you can still read them all separately, and get something out of them. But if you're all the way in, you're getting a whole lot more. And this is the whole shebang. This is how it's all sort of connected and everything. But yeah, dude, I am stoked for more Bone Orchard. Have you read any of these, Taylor?
Not yet. I need to probably start picking up the trade soon.
Well, The Passageway was a trade. It was an original graphic novel. But the one that's currently ongoing, 10,000 Black Feathers. Yeah, it's only up to issue 3. 3 is the next one, maybe.
3 hasn't come out yet. I think it was on issue 2.
Yeah, it's so good. And again, I will die on that hill. Best creative team in the business right now. So, moving on, and this is a lot of small press news. Conan, we finally know the creative team over at Titan Comics with Heroic Signatures, using them to distribute and create comics. Launching in comic shops and digital, July 23. Brand new Conan ongoing comic will be written by Jim Zub.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Excellent choice.
That is.
He's written it for Marvel,
Yeah. And Jim Zub does do good fantasy.
Oh, yeah. He's the go-to D&D guy. Skull Kickers, anybody? Probably one of my favorite fantasy comics of all time. No, it is. It's literally my favorite fantasy comic of all time. Robert De La Torre is going to be doing the art. Jose Villarrubia is going to do the coloring. And yeah, it's great, dude. So it's also weird because they're going to sort of continue the numbering at Marvel in a way, sort of steal a page out of Marvel's book with quote unquote legacy numbering. So yeah, that's interesting as well. I think, they're going to keep that story going because Jim Zub was fucking writing it at Marvel.
On the one hand, that does make sense in that it is a continuation of something he was already doing, but it feels odd to make people who are looking at this as like a chance to jump on the character seem like they have to do homework before they jump
I don't
in.
think it's gonna. I don't think he's gonna bring in any of the stories from that old thing. I think
Well,
they're all
yeah,
gonna be their
obviously he
own
won't be able to
self-contained
like bring in any
Yeah.
Marvel connections, and I'm sure that this will be like new reader friendly, but
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
still
That's
odd
just
choice. It
yeah.
is.
I mean, Marvel keeps making new number ones because that's people like can casually recognize that as a jumping on point.
Right.
This seems like a bad idea from that perspective.
Well, I think they're going to do it sort of like a legacy numbering thing, where they're still going to highlight that it's a debut issue, number
like
one.
It's legacy number 400,
exactly,
but it's
something like
but
that.
it's volume 6, issue 1.
Sure, but remember that they're
volume 9.
They're trying to pull in like the people who are like, making a decision at a glance, right?
Exactly.
Who wouldn't necessarily know that. So I don't know. It just seems like it's not worth it. They should have just done a number 1.
They could also, they're definitely going to bring in Conan fans. You know what I mean?
Sure, but they were going to get them anyway. There's no benefit to doing the legacy numbering with them.
My thinking there is they don't think they're going to get any new fans. And I think that's very possible.
That is possible, but hey, I mean, every issue you push, right, is one that's worth pushing.
Exactly.
Well, Titan has done a good job with licensed properties too.
I'm not saying it won't be a good book. I mean, this gives me a lot of confidence with Jim Zub writing it that it is going to be a really good book. It's just we knew that already. I fear that they're cutting people out who would they're cutting out the filthy casuals. Yeah, which maybe, that's money they're leaving on the table.
And maybe that's okay, I don't know. I mean, you're right. It's not okay. But if they're looking to please fans of the long-term variety who would prefer a legacy numbering.
And who are going to buy the book anyway.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I can see both sides of it. But, yeah, your angle is like, I don't know why they would leave that money on the table. Just push out a comic book the same way you'd push out a comic book. You know what I'm saying? Why?
Well, whatever. I do hope for its success. Jim Zub really knows the character.
Yeah. Moving on to some Substack. 3 Worlds, 3 Moons, Hickman's thing over at Substack. It's fucking weird. But Michael Avon, Christopher Mitten, and Lamar Mathurin are joining Hickman, Del Mundo, and Huddleston's little book over here. So, they put out the source book, the first quote-unquote source book, because that's sort of how they're putting these out,
Yeah, they're putting out like fucking appendices for this goddamn thing.
But there's still sequential stories in those books.
Yeah.
But yeah, they read kind of like stereo instructions in a weird way. Like they're giving you all the world building without actually doing any world building.
That is very, very
Star
Hickman.
Trek engineer's tech manual.
To some extent, yeah. But Hickman has always had these, like, probably his most famous feature is these big, like, infographic 2-page spreads,
Oh, my best book of the week this week, I think it's one of my favorites, had a best infographic about Abigail Brand. Holy shit. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, yeah. That's in my top.
You're right. That's kind of where he's at with these books now. So the first source book 1, now source book 2 is coming out, called Maps. Systems was the name of the first source book. That's how things work. Maps is all about where things are, and it serves as a comprehensive atlas for all 3 worlds and 3 moons that will also contain designs, floor plans. It's like a fucking role-playing game.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, this seems like you are picking up basically a campaign manual,
Yeah, man. It's freaking weird, dude. It's a unique approach, sure. He would never be able to do this at a publisher. They would never let him get away with doing shit like this. They would want a consistent book to come out. You know what I mean?
That looks like the Swordfish.
Yeah, Spike. It looks wild, dude. But I love these guys. I love Oming. He's one of my all-time favorites. Christopher Mitten is no fucking slouch. And then Lamar Mathurin coming in, cleaning up. It's going to be cool, dude.
That is straight up Spike Spiegel, though.
It is. It's Cowboy Bebop right there.
Well, I'm sure. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's leaning into here, Omi.
Well, the previous page, you had the Swordfish, which was Spike's ship.
Well, this is what they threw me in the preview that I saw. Is Oming on the Cowboy Bebop book? No.
No, there's no Cowboy Bebop book for what all.
That's fine, Paul. My knowledge. It's okay. Or hit the reacts, man. Anyway, So yeah, that's something to look forward to. These are still going to be published eventually, and I'm still going to buy them eventually, and they're going to look amazing on my shelf once.
I do love the binding that you see on that. It looks like a tome, you know.
Yeah, dude, I love books that look like this. I may not even put these up on a shelf like a book. I may lay them down flat just to avoid any problems with them.
Put them on something with like a standing base, so it stands up, and it'd be like the Necronomicon.
Yeah, it's a Necronomicon. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Moving on. Green Hell, Swamp Thing, Green Hell. Anyone?
Oh, geez, are they finally putting out the second issue?
Oh, it's not dead. It's gestating. Jeff Lemire said on his Substack.
He's just resting.
He's resting. Doug Mahnke needed to take some time off for the past year because he had family stuff. But he's back in action. He said he's making a lot of pages, and he shared some of them. Issue 2 and 3 of this Black Label book will be published next year and will act as a coda. Nice word for a writer. Coda to my Animal Man run, as well as telling a complete Swamp Thing story. And these pages look amazing.
They do.
So, yeah, we're a big, huge fan of Jeff Lemire over here. And definitely this first issue of Green Hell. I'm pretty sure it's the last Black Label book I bought.
Wow.
Yeah, but there's the cover of number 1, which came out, April.
Oh, gosh. It came out a long time ago. Adam was still on the show.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, these pages look fucking amazing, and I am so stoked to finally get my hand on this. I was assuming that Taylor, who had to duck out for some reason or another.
Maybe something happened to his connection.
Yeah, we'll see. But, yeah, very happy for Jeff Lemire. Hopefully Doug Mahnke got all that family shit taken care of, But, man, Green Hell is such a damn good book. If you ain't reading it, you're really missing out.
Well, you can probably find it in the back issues. You got time.
I think they did a second printing of the first issue, so you might be able to find it, but I don't know.
Bless you.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Taylor might be back. We'll come back to Green Hell if we have to. But Free Comic Book Day, Marvel has released the comics. Well, the covers and the creative teams and some of the dish on all their Free Comic Book Day books. There are 4 of them.
Okay.
Count 4 of them this year. First one, Avengers X-Men #1. This is the cover here. Javier Garron. Avengers X-Men features a pair of all new stories that set the stage for the next evolution in mutant adventures, Fall of X, and introduces an uncanny new lineup for a new team book launching next year.
Just what the X-Men need. Another
There's going to be an Avengers team with mutants on it, just like Uncanny X-Men or Uncanny Avengers or whatever the fuck that book was. It was okay. But, yeah, I am stoked to check this out, especially with Deadpool and Quicksilver. Quicksilver? Really? Where the hell's he been? But, yeah, it's going to be rad. I mean, Quicksilver, an original. Almost an original Avenger.
Well, he was also like an original mutant, or at least the evil mutant.
Brotherhood. Yeah.
Brotherhood.
Yeah. So there'll also be a preview of Hickman and Sheedy's upcoming mystery project over at Marvel. That's got me I'm chomping at the bit to get my hands on that one. And then we have some other ones. There's a Free Comic Book Day Spider-Man and Venom. Oh, cool. Here's Taylor back.
Is that the...
Did Taylor go up here or do you go up there?
Taylor was up there.
Okay. So let's go back to Green Hell. Taylor, comments on Green Hell finally coming back next year. Just say it's about fucking time. Give me the date.
It is about fucking time. I mean, yeah, it came out like last spring, I want to say.
Yeah, it was like April, dude. Yeah,
I heard last thing I heard was you saying Doug Mahnke needed the time to get
some family
personal situation. And hey, that is understandable,
Oh, for sure. So yeah, we hope everything's good with him. And yeah, now don't you feel bad for being an asshole about where the fuck?
I was never an asshole. Fuck you. I always just assumed that Jeff Lemire needed all the time to write like 50,000 books every month.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. All right, Free Comic Book Day titles. The first one, Avengers X-Men. Javier Garron cover here. A pair of all new stories that set the stage for next year's Fall of X and introduces an uncanny new lineup for a new team book launching next year. It looks a whole lot like Uncanny Avengers.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like they're just kind of repeating that idea. But hey, I mean, I enjoyed that book until
it was
I didn't.
It was all right. Yeah.
It got a little too, like, remindery after a while.
Yeah, up its own ass real quick.
There's only so many times you can nuke a city before it becomes boring, and so
dude.
Rick Remender was like fucking everywhere at Marvel at that time, and just maybe that was the reason that just the book got a little older for me after a while.
Yeah, he was writing a whole lot. It was good shit, but yeah.
I mean, it was good until it wasn't, you know?
Yeah, in this Free Comic Book Day issue, we will also get a preview of Jonathan Hickman and Valerio Schiti's upcoming mystery project, which is going to be fucking dope. So
now that's interesting.
All of that's interesting. Look at this fucking X-Men team. Are you kidding me? Captain America? Of course Captain America is going to be an X-Man. He resurrected like a fucking mutant. He's a fucking mutant now, officially. Captain America's a mutant.
Is that Professor X or is that Captain Krakoa up there?
That's Captain Krakoa.
Okay.
I was
wondering. He got the hair. See, you got the hair coming out his back.
Yeah.
Back of him. Oh, it's flowers or whatever.
Yeah, that like flowery thing he had going. So is that still Scott? Or is that someone
we don't
else?
know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Why bring out Captain Krakoa if Resurrection's out? That was the whole idea to have I almost say Crapton. Captain Krakoa. But I'm excited for it. I'm anxious to see it. Moving on. Spider-Man and Venom, Free Comic Book Day, Pat Gleason cover here. This is setting up the summer of symbiotes. Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr.'s run. Al Ewing and Kafu lay the groundwork for that event.
There's some...
Yeah, and a new Marvel epic just on the horizon. This is going to have another preview to a mystery thing happening. So
it looks like Venom has got Ghost Rider abilities, and Spider-Man is like on a Goblin glider.
Yeah, that seems so weird.
It looks like he has Goblin bombs in his hands.
Yeah, this might be something that comes out of the whole event that's going on. Well, starts like next month, doesn't it?
Is that the Maker there in the background? Like Ultimate Universe?
Oh, that is.
It does look like him.
Oh, that's definitely the Maker. All right, wow, I'm all in.
Wow, I don't know what. There's so much here that I'm so confused about.
I wonder if that's a spoiler for Web of Darkness or whatever the fuck it is. Dark Web or what is it? It's Dark Web.
I think
right?
It's Dark
that's
Web.
The big event coming out. Spider-Man event. So yeah, that's pretty rad. That looks cool. The third one, there's 4, but the third one is a Marvel Voices special that's probably just going to include already printed content from all of their other Voices specials. They did one for LGBTQ plus. They did one for Hispanic heritage, Native American heritage, Pacific Islander, all of them. I can't remember all of them, but they did one for all of them. So this is going to be that, and that looks cool. That looks cool. And then they're doing a Spidey and Friends #1. I didn't even grab the cover for it. It's their all ages book. But holy shit, fuck the Spider-Man book. I don't give a shit. I don't even care. But man, this has got me excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's Free Comic Book Day, so I'll definitely check them all out, because it literally cost me nothing. But yeah, I am definitely most intrigued by the Avengers X-Men combo thing.
Oh, it looks so cool, man. Looks so cool.
Looks like a fun lineup there, too.
Dave, we're going to do food news.
Oh, boy.
Yummy.
Food news this week is weird. Yeah, we're all hyped for the movie, and so is McDonald's. They are doing Wakanda Forever Happy Meals. And there's 10 different figures you can collect. I want all that little shit. That is cool, man. They got hamburger 4-piece and 6-piece. If you don't know what a Happy Meal is, go to fuck on. This movie hits theaters November 11th. So yeah, there you go. Nice. They've done away with boy and girl Happy Meals, by the way. If you didn't know that, it's just Happy Meal now. And finally, the gross one. Winter Spiced Cranberry Sprite. Gross. Back for a limited edition. 12-packs, 6-packs. They also got a 0 sugar one if you really want to be fucking
that's
disgusting.
Gross.
So, yeah, get your favorite spirit, your favorite alcohol, and ruin it by putting this in the bog.
Haven't they had like a cranberry Sprite before?
Yeah, it's back. That's what I'm saying. It's back.
Yeah, but this is winter spiced cranberry. I didn't think they had like just a straight up cranberry.
Nah, I think this is the only one they have. That's nasty. Lemon, lime, and warm spice blend and tart cranberry. Gross, dude. It's fucking nasty. Said I was going to do a nasty one this week. Not the Sprite cranberry crap. Yeah, it's nasty, Andy. It's gross. It's disgusting. So there you go. Dave, we're going to do top 3 now.
Okay.
This motherfucker. He He might as well not even be in the damn show. Lie. Hell to Pay #1, debut by Charles Soule. I'm pretty sure Dave's going to mention that one. Earth Divers #2, follow-up. Still good. It fell off a bit, but still very solid. Deadly Duo #1, Mark Silvestri. Maybe your DC pick this week, Dave. I'm not sure. Great art, but the story was just kind of meh. But
well, Mark Silvestri doing art is not meh.
Oh no!
It's never
his art was amazing in it, but the story was meh.
Yeah, the story is meh.
Meh.
It's not terrible. I mean, it
was meh though.
Well, I'll just go ahead. Go ahead with your top three. Your number 3, and I'll.
X-Men Red #8, Al Ewing and Madabek Musabekov. Just a reminder. Last year, I said this dude was going places. Madabek Musabekov. All right, he was doing the Barbarella book. Just look at the lines on those ladies. Just perfect fucking art from this guy. And really, this whole issue is about Abigail Brand's big plot, her scheme, master plan revealed. She's basically been pulling the strings the entire time, that Krakoa has been a thing. Even before that, she knew what was going on. They bring in all kinds of recent Marvel history, Null Invasion, fucking Empire event, Ten of Swords event when Arakko became a thing. And she just moved at the speed of light, just being able to capitalize on all of these things that went down. Was Taylor up there, or were you up there?
Taylor was up there.
You ask that every time, and I'm up here.
But yeah, dude, we're talking about X-Men Red #8 with Madabek Musabekov doing the art with Al Ewing writing, and just Abigail Brand showing off her master plan here. And Cable leading the team to go find the information, doing weird things to do it, but kind of creative things,
Yeah.
But Vulcan was one of her master plans, a big part of her master plan. And
I was wondering if it was like, is this them saying that like Abigail Brand was behind those like weird like totem creatures from back in like Hickman's X-Men run?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying, that it was all Abigail Brand doing all this shit the whole time. And
yeah, this is honestly my #1 book this week, just because. Abigail Brand being a bad bitch, and just like I love them bringing all this shit that we've been sitting on, some of this for years, and like finally getting a bunch of huge payoffs for it.
They mentioned Ten of Swords. She mentions Amenth, right? She's like, if anything, they'll just the mutants on Earth, the X-Men, they'll just send them back to Amenth, and then Mars will be ours. And that was like her ultimate goal. And then she's like, oh no, I can stop Orchis. I'll just roll him into S.H.I.E.L.D. once I get S.H.I.E.L.D. back on, and it's mine. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she's just amazing.
It's amazing to see like her like having plans within plans, like basically like setting up like the Xanatos Gambit, like from Gargoyles, like no matter how this plays out, I know how to play it to my advantage,
Yeah, she's literally ends the book saying checkmate. And it's because, she's been playing a different game than everybody else has been playing. She mentions Beast in here, right? Like, oh, no, I got Beast. That's the one thing she's overlooking. Beast next level now. You know what I mean? She's underestimating Beast. She is underestimating, in my opinion, the mutants of Krakoa.
I think so. And
we're going to get some of that.
Yeah, this is going to start blowing up in her face soon. But it's still, in this moment, in this issue, it's really cool just to sit back and bask in, like, the grand scheme laid out before you and be like, damn.
Yeah.
Just plans within plans, just, spinning entire civilizations to try to get some sort of advantage. Just like every single major event book that like has involved like cosmic civilizations the last few years.
Any cosmic angle. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like have it all like, okay, here's what I do if they do this and this and that and that and that. And it's
just all worked out.
Guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but Al Ewing, I think he dropped a major hint in here. Who is the one person she didn't know their whereabouts? Storm. And then she made a point of saying, oh, I don't know where Storm is. And she kind of like overlooked it and it kind of ignored it a little bit. So, I think I think Cable is doing what he's doing, but I think Storm is on his team, and that's part of the plan. So we'll see that next issue, hopefully. But man,
and hey, that'll be a damn cool
book.
Storm movement that we're gonna see next month, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You underestimated the even badder bitch,
Yeah. So X-Men Red, top tier.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Taylor, honorable mentions and number 3.
All right, I'll do an honorable mention for Batman number 129.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. I love the. This is one of those things where, I have a genuinely hard time believing that Batman could create this robot who could take the whole fucking Justice League. That's a little absurd to me.
It's a little bit weird.
But, if you accept that and just move on, then it's really cool to see Batman having to play a game of chess against himself, which is essentially
exactly
what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. So, that angle.
What Failsafe did to Oracle in this is infuriating. Okay, just saying. It's infuriating. I was literally pissed when I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
Herbert Gordon deserves better.
I was
not
mad.
Just from a character perspective, but also from a publication history of her getting this is a minor version of fridging, but it's still fridging.
It's still fridging, dude, and it was weird.
But
Continue,
another honorable mention for Avengers Forever. I view this book as a look at sort of the psyche, some of the things that make a lot of the major Avengers tick, and this time it is Iron Man's turn,
Yeah, he drank a lot in this.
Yeah, well, yes, it's mostly him dealing with alcoholism across various multiversal Tonys. Not all of it's alcoholism, but the thing that really ties it all together is just this broken guy who's trying so hard to fix things.
It's everything but himself.
Yeah, a broken man trying to fix a broken world, and it's really insightful, and I think that Jason Aaron has done a really good job with that with all of these different characters, So,
and you are not wrong.
Number 3 this week is going to be Punisher, number 7.
Oh, man. Finally, we get the showdown between Matt and Frank, and it felt like I had read it 100 times already in the past. It felt really rehashed. But no,
it was really cool,
but
it was kind of... I was hoping... I'm sure they're saving it for later, because this is just round 1, and they have to build up to some big finale. But I was hoping that Matt would basically have a cooler speech to give, I guess, for lack of a better word.
It's the same speech he always gives, Frank.
But I do love their dynamic still. I do love...
for sure.
I feel like Jason Aaron has a much better sense on the Punisher than he does on Matt Murdock. But still, I enjoyed the hell out of this issue. I really like getting into the Punisher psyche with all these flashbacks, for lack of a better term.
I don't mind the flashbacks as much as I did early on in the series. What's really starting to piss me off is all the time they spend with Frank's old lady. She is so broken.
She is the POV character in this one.
Yeah, she is so fucking broken, dude. And
maybe
that's what Aaron's point was here to show. Yeah, she broken, but look who else I got in this book. Matt fucking Murdock, the most broken character in Marvel, and Frank, who has never been worse than he is right now. He is deluding himself.
Honestly, that is something that I do think he got really good about Matt Murdock there, is the little exorcism thing did not work, because ultimately Matt is a good guy. That's why he is a quote-unquote child of God, and he was able to get it pushed out.
Yeah.
Andrew, that was good about him.
Andrew in the chat, the line about the Punisher not being good with the sword was great. Dude, it fucking was.
I mean, Matt kicked his ass in this issue,
But that's Jason Aaron going meta with it and being like, why the fuck's he got a samurai sword? That's the Punisher. He's supposed to have a rocket launcher and machine guns. What? But
so
Andrew, thanks for stopping.
Yeah, the exorcism, it worked on Matt because at the end of the day, Matt's a good guy, and it did not work on Frank because at the end of the day, Frank is not.
Yeah.
And I like that exploration of his past here where, it's kind of taking the piss out of the Punisher a little bit. I mean, yes, he's a cool character, but he's also kind of sad. Kind of pathetic.
He's sad. He's definitely a sad
He's
character.
A sad, pathetic guy at the core.
I kind of see what Jason Aaron is doing there, saying, you know what, I am kind of a sad, pathetic guy, so that's why I went and sold my soul to the devil, because I can use them to make myself better. But really,
more so than that,
is he doing that, or is he...
He doesn't want to make himself better. He wants to go out there and hurt people.
Well, yeah, this gives him the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you can tell Jason Aaron wrote this because like one of the characters who comes off the worst in here is the priest. You know, like she goes in the convention like, "Oh, I understand. You're worried about him being unfaithful." No, that's not what she's saying at all, dumbass. And Jason Aaron is not very charitable to religious figures.
No,
no.
No, not at all. The Ares shit in the back with his little army, man, I don't know if I'm cooling on that. When they fought the last time, I was like, okay, that was a good finish to the
That
Ares
was a rad
arc.
fight, yeah.
It was a good, I was like, oh, that's a good finish to the Ares arc. And now Ares all back. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And it's like, okay, Ares, back the fuck up.
Okay, Nelson.
I mean, he was literally. That's what he was saying, dude. And it's like, okay, Ares, back the fuck up. But it's setting up for a big showdown, and I'm not quite sure where the Matt Murdock Daredevil shit is leading to this. Because in the Daredevil book, him and Elektra are gearing up to be like the foot, the fist of the hand, something of the hand. I don't fucking know. Something of the fists. I don't remember. It's just another group of ninjas. But they are now the nails on the fist or something, right? The bride and groom of the fist. They did something last issue.
Whatever. They're in an organization called the Fist. That's all that really matters.
This should have been bigger. You tell me Matt Murdock taking time out from going and attacking the hand by going and hanging out with their leader for a minute and do an exorcist? I've been waiting on this matchup for a while. You know, this.
If it had worked, it would have saved them a lot of trouble, but yeah.
It didn't work for me, man. And then they ended it with the Ares thing. And I was like, oh, I thought we were done with fucking Ares.
Well, fuck you, whatever. Moving on.
But no, it was still a great issue, dude. That fucking art. Oh, the art in this is outrageous because it changes styles, you know, with the flashbacks.
Yeah,
it
does.
Yeah, that's very well done. So good choice. Big D.
Alrighty.
Honorable mentions. Oh, you don't have a ton of them.
I got a few. Survival Street number 4.
Yeah, I missed that one. Sorry.
It basically it was the showdown between the puppets and evil corporations, and it took place in a Disneyland venue. Nice. And the corporations got their asses handed to them.
Nice.
And we kind of get a nice little send off there.
Cool.
Fun. Behold Behemoth number 1.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Wow. Go ahead.
And Predator number 4.
Nah, not bad.
Well,
not a bad book.
It's still going pretty strong. It's just this is like a Starfighter chase scene.
Andy chiming in on Punisher. Hold up, ninjas. I got to do this exorcism real quick. Yeah. It was still fun. It was neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Predator.
We get some more humans in this now. So, and then going on to my number 3 pick is going to be the Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duel number 1.
The Deadly Duo.
Like we were talking before.
Silvestri.
Like we were talking before, the story is kind of mad, but the art is great, and it kind of
Silvestri.
It took me back to.
Yeah. There's so many lines. It's like almost Jim Lee number of lines.
Yes, it was reminiscent of reading Hush.
Okay.
It took me back to the Hush era, Batman.
That's fun.
And that's one thing I kind of did like about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Predator run has been really good, Andrew. Thanks again for stopping by.
But I kind of
the Alien book isn't that bad either. I'm hoping we get a crossover, really quick.
What are they doing? If they're not doing a crossover.
If you're not going to cross over Alien and Predator at Marvel, then why even do it?
I don't know.
Andy chiming in that Deadly Duo is his number 3 this week as well.
All right. I don't know. I would like to see a Alien versus Predator series from Marvel. I don't know if Marvel has the rights to I forget her name, Michiko.
Yeah, I think they do.
If they have the rights to Michiko, she needs to be in it.
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay, but because she's a character from the original Dark Horse run.
I think that'd be all right. I think all that's theirs now.
But I would love to see her return. I would love to see a.
What was your Predator? That's the book we're talking about.
Predator
we're talking about Deadly Duo.
Deadly Duo is my number 3.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, good art. I mean, but this I did not care for the story. I just thought it was boilerplate sort of Batman.
Well, it had elements of like Batman Arkham Asylum in it, but it's not Arkham Asylum, and so vampire Jokers. What?
It's weird, dude. It's fucking weird, dude.
It is weird.
But still a good call out. It's impossible to beat that art, dude.
Like I said, it's like going back and reading Rush. Or not Hush. Why did I say Rush? Hush.
I don't know. Cool. Moving on, my number 2. I want to hope somebody else has this on their list because I was pleasantly surprised.
I
Ryan
enjoyed
North,
it. I did read it. It's on my list though.
Ryan North and Francesco Mobili, Secret Invasion number 1. This was a terrific comic, man. It's exactly what you'd expect from this title. Skrulls doing Skrully shit on Earth, right? They've taken over Nick Fury to start an invasion. Hill figures it out, and by the end of it, we see that there's a Skrull pretending to be a member of the Avengers. Okay, awesome. Right, awesome.
Interesting they didn't show us who it was, too, so that's interesting.
Oh, well, they purposely made it a unisex bathroom.
Yes, they went out of their way to make it where, we don't know who it is. So, yeah, that's clever on their part.
Yeah, but what really sold me on this was how good it was paced. Ryan North just wrote a hell of a comic. It's basically Nick Fury gets an anonymous tip, or I guess his family gives him the tip. Hey, our dad died and he's a Skrull, and they paint it where this whole family is just kind of in denial, trying to not mourn, not trying to go through those steps. But this whole thing is presented to the reader as, no, this is happening. But then it changes to where Fury is telling Hill this story, right? And then it's a great little thing here where Nick Fury is like, oh, shit, and he sees the picture of the family, and they're all wearing the same shit in the picture. So he's like, oh, these are some Skrulls, and then he takes them out. But he didn't take them out because that same sort of, method to the writing goes right into the next thing where Hill figures out that Nick Fury is a Skrull. And I just love it. Now it's like, oh, shit, who do you trust? That sort of shit. And man, so well done. So well done.
It was a cool way to set up a
Andy.
thriller.
Yeah, I loved it, dude. It was
the thing that held it off of my top 3 was probably that I thought that Nick was being a bit too wishy-washy on this, where he's not like... I feel like Nick Fury would not be like, oh, well, I'll spare their feelings. No, that's not a Skrull.
The family. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyway since they were Skrulls, but,
Sure.
But
I am really looking forward to the rest of this.
About where the hell this is in continuity, because the Skrulls are like good guys now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that matters. I'm gonna hold off
it's
on
not something that should let bother you. Yeah, really, this is just them like gearing up to have a volume ready by the time the show comes out.
Oh, for sure, because you definitely can't sell them that fucking event. They can't read 80 Avengers issues.
Oh yeah, I mean that
to build up for that event.
That Bendis, is you got to get really into the weeds for that event.
Dude, Bendis sowed the seeds for that fucking event in his very first New Avengers issue. The very first one. He had always planned on going there. So yeah, it's impossible to do that. But this is very attainable. This is very accessible. Everybody going to be able to get in there. And Ryan North is your new Fantastic Four writer.
Oh, I fucking love Ryan North. That's the only reason I picked this up in the first place.
Right. So yeah, Secret Invasion number 1, great beginning, great start. I'm really stoked to see the rest of the series. Taylor, number 2. Take a number 2, man.
My number 2 is Dark Knights of Steel, number 8. I think we're up to. Yep.
Yeah. Great issue. I usually would only have grabbed the cover for this because a lot happened, but man, that last fucking panel.
Yeah, they are getting full-on Game of Thrones. The Kryptonians are the full-on bad guys. War is breaking out, and it is fun to see. I like the nuance to this, right? Because, neither side are really, quote-unquote, good guys.
No.
They did send people to assassinate the elves when they were not at war yet, and now, we do see that the elves are not having that shit, and so they're going on a fucking murdering spree.
Yeah, and everybody says terrible shit in here. Dark Knight, Andy chimed in, Dark Knight was amazing this month. It really was. Deadshot, that is in my range. Just these little one-liners.
That was a cool, and I love how, you don't necessarily understand the significance of that if you're not, you're not in the know,
Oh, you've got to know.
Oh, yeah, you recognize his little eyepiece there. It's like, oh, I see what you did there, Tom Taylor. So that was a good touch. I love that.
But yeah, you're right. There are no good guys here. Even at one point, they're like, well, that's not the honorable thing. It's like, this is war. We ain't doing the honorable thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit, that is just great. So, yeah, man. But fucking Tom Taylor, do no wrong. No wrong.
But I love the character
choice.
interactions too,
wrong.
like that little thing with like Deadshot and Amanda Waller, and I like especially Green Arrow and Black Canary down in the jail cells.
Yeah, just meeting each other and him like
that was a great meet cute.
He flick, a meet cute. That's exactly what it was. She's got a cover on her mouth, and he flicks a rock to open it. Just very well done. And then she's like, "Yeah, I can blow things up with my voice."
Oh, so you just need help with your aim? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, very well done. Building that relationship, just really fun, really fun. All right, Dave, number 2.
My number 2 is Antioch number 2.
See, I didn't grab the cover for that one too. I skipped it this week.
Well, like Antioch is a continuation of Frontiersman.
Yeah.
Frontiersman is in a supermax prison for superheroes where they've used a superpowered individual to dampen powers.
Yeah.
So Antioch is essentially the Namor of Frontiersman's world.
That's right.
He has come to prison to find somebody, and the warden of the prison is pretty much like being an asshole and everything, but they have their version of Amanda Waller comes to him and says, whatever you do, you cannot put Antioch on trial because he is the sovereign of
it's like diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, he cannot go on trial. He is an actual king, and we have an alliance with these people. But things are happening. People are wanting to bad guys that Frontiersman has put in the prison are there in the prison, and everybody wants to get a piece of Frontiersman. And since Frontiersman is not super powered, he can whip the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, we find somebody in the supermax prison still able to use powers.
Yeah. I read the blurb on this, and the one on issue 3. So,
but what I want to see is a shirtless bear fighter Frontiersman crossover.
Dude, that could happen.
That could happen.
Especially at Modern Image, dude. That could happen. Somebody might be listening to be like, oh,
there's a guy in this book that looks like shirtless bear fighter, but he's a bad guy. Nice. So I want to see this crossover now.
Nice. Yeah, good choice. I just skipped it this week, but good choice. Behold Behemoth, number 1.
Ooh.
Is my number 1 book this week. This is a Boom Studios title from Tate Bromble and Nick Robles. You heard of Nick Robles. You may not have heard of Tate Bromble, but you have now, and you will continue to hear him because he is going to be huge in this medium when it comes to horror, dude. It's a bit tough to explain, but the world appears to be ending. It appears that it's like close to the apocalypse almost.
It's like the biblical apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like biblical shit.
Yes.
There's weird shit going on, and they just sort of touch on it. They sort of say, "Oh," and then there's a bunch of earthquakes.
Yeah, and there's like you're showing in this book, like this particular page right here. Yeah. The color palette is very limited. We have red, black, white, and gray.
But I mean, it expands in some places. You know what I mean? It shifts from one color palette to the next, or to the other, depending on.
The predominant color throughout most of this book.
Oh, for sure,
red and gray.
Yeah, either way, it looks amazing.
It does. Yeah. It is fantastic artwork. Yeah.
So this dude, our main character, right, Grayson, him and like this little girl.
I believe that's his niece.
Maybe, but I don't know. It was difficult to really pinpoint.
But
they have this weird connection.
To
everything else going on. But there's also this underlying mystery. Like if you look at this first, we'll look at the cover first. You see in the background 2 eyes here at the very top of the page. That's Behemoth.
Yeah.
Right? We almost see here like Grayson transitioning into becoming something. Is he the Behemoth?
I don't think he's the Behemoth.
Where does this little girl come into it? I think she's the fucking Behemoth.
I believe she's the Behemoth, and I think there are others in the world that have that ability too.
But we're still not very sure what's going on. We don't know what
there's a bit of a time skip. But it's like the biblical. Yeah. It's like a biblical apocalypse.
But I mean, that is going on. But it's almost like it's happening in the background while this other thing is happening in the foreground.
It seems like it's like it starts off.
Okay, you guys are getting a little too much in the weeds.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. But that's what makes this first.
It's really difficult to explain.
Fun.
That's why.
It does look like it's really hooky. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just very well done. And the art, man. Nick Robles beautiful. Just killing it on the art here. Just very scary shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful book, man. So, yeah, Behold Behemoth, number 1 is my number 1 this week. Taylor, what is your number one book of the week? I think
We already mentioned it. Was X-Men Red, number 8.
Anytime there's a Manifold moment, I can pretty much guarantee
Man, I
Taylor's going to pick it for number 1.
Manifold. Yeah,
he's awesome, dude. He's awesome. He really is.
Manifold's awesome. I love Abigail Brand as being the this master manipulator. It's good shit. Long-term payoffs. Just what else do you want?
No, for sure. And that leads us back to Taylor or David for his number 1 this week.
Hell to Pay number 1.
What a fucking dope book.
It was great. I love this.
Go ahead and try to explain what's going on in this fucking book.
Okay, so
it's so out there, man.
The premise is that there are 666 demon currencies on Earth.
In hell, they got coins.
And during
someone escaped hell.
During a rebellion in hell, somebody used the distraction of the rebellion to escape from hell with 666 coins back to Earth. These coins can hire the services of a demon, and when the coin is used, basically catastrophe follows. So, like any major point in history, they only talk about one particular incident in history, but it can be correlated that maybe a lot of bad things that happened throughout history was paid for through the services of a demon with these coins. Well, enter our couple here. They're a married couple, and 15 years ago, they had a bad accident, and these guys from the College of Shrouds come along, make a deal with them to find the remaining coins on Earth. Once they complete the job, they're free from their contract. And at the end of it, they're after the last coin here from this billionaire guy. McLeod is his name.
McCready.
Was it McCready?
It was McCready. It doesn't matter. He's dead now.
But he blew up.
They find dude's like, they were like, all right, he has a safe in his room, but he's also got a safe, in the basement. Dude goes to the basement. She goes to his bedroom. And then they're like all happy, like, oh, we did it. We found it. But
we got 2 coins.
Found one. But there was only supposed to be one left. So now they're like, oh, fuck, what do we do? And
the contract is they have to get every coin on Earth, and somebody is bringing coins to Earth.
So they're not.
They don't
really
know how many they know. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't really know why there are other coins, right? But also, there's this weird rule where she's not allowed to be pregnant because of their service to the College of Shroud.
And she finds out she's pregnant.
And she's pregnant. So they have basically 3 or 4 months before the College of Shroud, can see that she's got a baby bump, and then they're just gonna murder him or take the baby or something. My only problem with this book, Andy said he loved it too, and it's Charles Soule writing it with Will Sliney doing just this awesome clean art. I mean, this is just one example of the sequential art he's doing in this book. It's very, very well done. It was a bit rushed. This is like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. There is a lot.
There is a lot going on here because they give you the background of the coins. They give you the background of the couple. They give you the background of
hell of an entire dimension.
A lot of stuff. Wild, dude. This is a lot of stuff to chew on. It's a lot of world building going on in this one issue.
Yeah, but that was my problem with it. It was just a bit much. But Charles Soule, he's a master, craftsman when it comes to doing this shit. He made it work.
Yeah.
I need to give it another issue, at least one more issue to know for sure if this is something that, is really going to, be the thing that it seems like it could be. But yeah, 100% agree. It was very, very well done.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, Andy. He's saying it's the first one. He's world building, but man, he really built all of the fucking world in the first issue. He really went all out.
He launched the colony and established a new world pretty quickly.
It was almost dizzying how fast he just kept throwing shit at you, and he's like, "Okay, here's this." Because it starts off with a misdirect, right? The wife here of this couple, she's in there basically seducing this billionaire to learn information. Yeah, it's like, okay, where are we going with this? And then this billionaire tells this fucking story about the hell and hell coins, and it's like, what the fuck? And then she's like, oh no, I don't know. He just does a whole lot.
Yeah,
and it spun me around a little bit. But solid choice, man. I think issue 2 is really going to turn it around for me. So that'll be something to look forward to next month, I guess.
Hopefully.
Awesome. Well, that's us, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Man, there were so many books we didn't talk about. Tiger Division, Shazam. was great.
Zane was out at the shop when I got there.
Oh, that sucks. Look at that cover. Just beautiful fucking cover.
Yeah,
there.
very, very iconic looking there.
Yeah,
something we didn't talk about. Apparently, the D&D movie got delayed, and I saw somebody joking about how, like, man, they are really capturing D&D energy.
That's the best promotion you could ever have.
"Quote unquote" D&D.
We're not ready.
Yeah, scheduling problems. We'll try again next month, and you guys have really gotten to the core of the D&D experience now.
Oh man,
it's very meta.
What a great idea! I
guarantee
you they planned it.
I don't think so, but it's a
it.
really good bit of serendipity, at least.
They planned. They had. They planned it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it. We would love if you come back tomorrow. We're going to be doing the preview show, me and Taylor, talking about all the books coming out this week. Are you going to make it, Dave? You're back to work tomorrow, right?
I go back to work tomorrow night.
All right,
so we're back on the normal Dave schedule.
Back on a normal Dave schedule.
Yeah, and I won't be able to make the Sunday show. I will make the next preview show.
Okay, yeah, Dave. We just said you're back to the normal Dave schedule.
Yeah,
and Andy's,
some people may not know the normal Dave schedule.
Right. Andy in the chat, go over to the Outright Geekery group page. He's talking about the Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search groups for Outright Geekery. And yeah, dude, he's killing over there. A lot of fun memes, a lot of cool nerd and geek discussion. We'd also love it if you check out our pals at the Comic Book Bullies, Leroy and Eli, doing all kinds of pop culture discussions. They've got a great show. It's right here on this Facebook channel. Or you can go to outrightgeekery.com. There is a ton of links where you can see all of the shit we've got going on. It's freaking wonderful. Please go check that out. And again, come back tomorrow. Check out the show. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We love you all. But most of all, thanks to these two jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Always fun.
We are going to... Oh, hold on. We got another chat. Oh, see you tomorrow. Thanks, Andy.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. We are going to do it again tomorrow, next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
I lost the outro.
You can't call it audible like that.
It wasn't a line audible. No, I just moved the tight end over half the book.
It wasn't able to bring the gusto. It called a